morning. Welcome to the stream. Let's get into this. Look at some charts real quick, get everything up and going. Yeah, so from what I can see, we're still within this range, obviously. Swing high to swing low. That's kind of what I'm looking at right there. Hmm. See if there's a momentum push off the open. I was looking at this little fair value gap right here, and I'm seeing it get a little volatile. So maybe we get that opportunity right there. It just rolls over, using this as the order block then. We have about a minute and a half till the open. So we're gonna look to ride this momentum. Basically, viewing that as the order block right there, 1 minute fair value gap. I like that peak above, right? See this little peak above this range, swept above, push below. So we're watching to see if we get some downside momentum off the open. I think this has the potential to be a pretty quick move if it's going to get going. So we'll give it the chance. About 40 seconds though till the open. So pretty much anything can happen at the open. It could swing higher, shake us out. All right, let's see it. 7 seconds. Let's see what we got off the open. Volatility, is it going to shake higher? It's going to shake higher. Let's see. Yep, and it's reaching. Yep, okay, so that's the stop on the first one. Is it just going to shake us out, though, is the question. I think we might have just got shaken out. Yeah, we just barely got tagged out of the trade. So I went and took a second entry on this just because I had a feeling that might have happened. So pretty wicky, pretty wicky. Hopefully we just get this move below the swing low right here. Massive wick. Wow. Massive doji on that. No, I don't think. I think it's going to do it again. Wow. Okay, it just did it again. Alrighty. So we're just going to chill for now. I don't know what exactly it's wanting to do. Super volatile open. We have a 30-point candle off the open. All right, I guess we're going higher. So we have the push above this range right here. Question is whether or not we'll sustain that push. So we tried two shorts right here. I thought I got wicked out on the first one, and then it started to work, and then it hit us again. So yeah, something's off with this. All right, I think we got a better entry on this one. Basically using it as a breaker. So the premise was the initial short right here was just too early. And then we have this formation right here, little peak for then the breaker. I mean, I don't know if I want this break even yet. I guess we'll just move it break even. I want to see this break the low really quick. I don't want to see it dig back higher. I don't want to see this push. Maybe get a little bit of room. Hmm. I need to see a roll over if it's going to work. Hmm. Very, very ugly open. I'm going to tell you that. Very ugly open. I still have a feeling this wants to run it. Like, I just need some sort of rollover just to have some sort of peace. I don't want to see it sticky right here. Okay, now we're getting a little cleaner. It's getting a little better. Will we get the trend day expansion? Who knows? Who knows if it'll give it to us today? Little continuation action. So right now we're seeing the lower lows on the session. This is pretty much what we wanted. Took 2 losses early ahead of this. I just needed to close strongly below the lows. No bounces, please. No bounces. So if we could get this to roll through the lows, that would be very nice. Hourly's shaping up so far. So with the 15, obviously. So we get a strong close below the 15 low right there. Yeah, at the low on the 15-minute candle, we'll be in a good spot. Here's our sweep on the 30-second. 30-second has the best order block, I would say. There's your sequential order block. Little bearish gap as well to hold it down. We just don't want this bouncing like it is. There we are. That's exactly what we want to see. And that's exactly what we don't want to see. We want to see this just get below the lows and hold, not play around, not flirt at the lows. We want it to expand through the lows. Man, it's really hanging on for dear life. The more it hangs out, the more I'm regretting holding it. So we'll maybe take it off, honestly. If he keeps hesitating here. I just don't want to be in a situation where this runs back to my stop at break even, you know? But it's not developed enough structure where I feel comfortable trailing it, really. All right, now our candles are freezing. There we are, back online, I guess, for Project X. Okay, now I'm not loving this. I do not love this look. I really do not like what I'm seeing here. It just swept below the lows just to run back to the stop. I don't love what I'm seeing here. It's holding VWAP. Mm. This is not a good trade right here. Not loving this. Not behaving the way I wanted to. We can give it maybe a couple dollars, but not really. Kind of just needs to work right here. So the problem is it's bouncing on VWAP right here. It's just unfortunate location. You see, it's very unfortunate location. Very unfortunate. You have this gap right here. You have all of this structure to the upside, but VWAP, it just wants to bounce. You have this giant wick sweeping out the highs, and then you have this little bounce right here. So we're gonna do our best to try to stay in this trade. I don't want to move it all that much. I don't know if it just wants to sweep out this local high right here, but 15-minute candle should be closing right now. This 5 minutes berserk. It's 5 minutes honestly absurd right here. You're talking 60 point up, 70 point down, and then now it's just starting to dig higher. Yeah, there's really nothing I could do. Tragic, tragic. It was such a good start to the trade, but now there's really nothing I could do with this. Oh, that's so brutal. That was so brutal. All right, whatever. The 5 minute completely invalidated what I was looking at. That's cool. Guess we'll try the long here. Watch this not work either. I'll just get run over real quick. The one time we switch long, we'll get run over. Dang, it's a really stubborn market. It's a really stubborn market. I see a market structure shift, and I'm looking for a fair value gap. Now I'm getting long, and now it's just hesitating, holding low. I want to see this rally. Yep, it's not even going to work yet. Wow. This thing's really just not going to work. That's actually crazy. That's crazy. We've been getting chopped up on this. Alrighty. Looks like we got in position with the structure. It took off a contract. We're holding for a break of these highs right here. So what we have to do today pretty much, it's gonna be simple. Have a little bit of drawdown to work out of, but that's no big deal. We had an idea for the short off the open, didn't work. We had this short right here that was up a good amount, and then it went all the way back to red. And now we're looking for the break of highs with this fair value gap after this market structure shift. The test of view up, sweep below a day. It's a good trade. It's got good confluence. Now we're just looking to see if we can get that move higher. If this really is some sort of bear trap, then we can expect some sort of range expansion here. This is looking good so far, the long, but man, what a trappy day. I might stop at break even. I don't really have the mental capital to leave this on risk, so we're just trailing that there. I need this to expand or do something really. We have 250s. It's got to get through. We have room all the way up to, I guess, this is a gap right here. Yeah, it's from news, really. So, yeah, it really depends. Are we going to round trip all of this? You have room up to here, obviously, for the external high. I doubt it runs 400 today. I really doubt it gets up here, but we can watch it. We definitely want to see it off at 300, though. 300 is a level that I have in mind. It's above this recent swing high. Yeah, this fair value gap right here. We need to work through that. But this right here, if it stops right here, then I'm probably done for the day. Want it to break and retest, hold high day. You do not want this to sink back in the range. Otherwise, the wick on this candle looks way different. This is unreal. It's unreal what we're seeing here. Some BS, honestly. Some BS when the market's doing this type of stuff. Because now is the short back on after we get stopped a couple times, right? Like now, are we looking at the short? Is that what's going on? So you have this inversion at the highs. You have that wick. Like realistically, you have this inversion right here. And then you have these equal lows. Is that what we're about to do again? Could be. I don't like how fast we invalidated the highs. That's the only reason I'm interested in the short. 220. So what could this be? Could it be an overshoot of the highs? I think it's an overshoot of the highs. It could form the higher low right here. That would be really, really heinous. But a 15-minute candle kind of reflects something a little different than a higher low. We'll be ready to trail this relatively soon if we get some displacement. I'm just holding the stop right now. I haven't let go of it. See like one more candle push. Completely invalidated the long setup right there. Yeah, here we are. Back into our initial bias. Wild day, guys. Wild day. Kind of whipsaw. It's a little whipsaw action right here. Hopefully we just get that push towards the lows. If we keep bouncing higher, then not much I can do. I'm not trying to be in this trade, give it all the room. We've seen how that goes today. Man. Really indecisive. Really indecisive. All right, I'm over it. Cool. I'm done for the day. I don't know what the market wants to do. Honestly, it's kind of just chopped me up a little bit. Real surprising. Cool. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hanging out for a little bit. Just a really whipsaw market. I don't know how to put it, but honestly, I'm over it. So I'm gonna cut it there. It's starting to get on my nerves. Anywho, thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time. As always, decipher the algo.